What's up, y'all? It is a Wednesday morning. It is a little bit dreary, but it's all good. A little foggy, didn't get any rain. We're gonna pump some water today. Shout out to my dog Tulsa. So in true Ryan fashion, I ended up with another one of these trucks. It looks just like the other one that I traded the other day. But I can't really help it when I find deals. I just gotta have them, I guess. Anyhow, we may make a farm truck out of it. We may swap it for some more farm equipment. Never know. But here it is. Looks just like the other one. Nothing new here. Shane's back at work, and we got stuff to do. So we are going to head out, get some irrigation going, and whatever other chores we can find. Who knows where we'll end up today. Service truck got a new compressor. Me and Matt are out here at the rice field. We put the levees up on the other day. Matt got our power unit working, so we are pumping water right now. We actually pump out of the river that's on the top side of the field. We got a pipe that goes down in there. The pump just sucks the water up, shoots it through some underground pipe up to these fields. So we'll show you how the power unit works here in a little bit. Right now we are putting some rods in the levees, in the levee gates that I was talking about, so we can catch the water and control the depth. So that's what we're going to be doing. Hold on, let me get some boots. This is the latest in summer fashion. We will spend 90% of the summer in these boots because we're in the rice field most of the time babysitting it. If you don't have a pair, you definitely should invest in some.
About the center of the levee, right?
Tell me what to do.
Can you kick it down?
So that sits there. The rod will sit down in there. The tarp will lay over it. And then we can raise and lower that rod as we want to control the depth. So when you're finished, it's going to look about like that. So we want the water to be a little deeper. We want the water to be a little deeper in this first land. It's not quite covered. So I raised it up about a knuckle so we can get our water that much deeper in the field. It's really pretty out here when the rice gets green and you got the levees fresh out there and the water's starting to come on, but that's how we do it. We're about to wrap up the last levee in this field. So we've got rods and gates in 2 fields, which is about 80 acres of our 450 acres of rice, or 480 or something like that. So we still got a ways to go on levees and gates and rods, but that kind of comes as flooding time comes. We've planted them at different times, so they'll be ready for floods at different times. But wrapping this field up here. So this is where the water comes out. We're at the top end of the field. We were just down there putting in all the gates. We run this plastic tubing, punch a bunch of holes in it. That way, if you just ran the pipe in there and blew all the water out, it would wash a great big hole and mess up your level field and all that stuff. We do it this way, keep from washing big holes. But as you can see, we'll fill this land up, and then it'll spill over the levee into the next one, and so on and so forth. It comes up out of this riser. We've got underground pipe all the way up there, which is the river, and that's where our power unit is pulling water from. So this water, it's safe to say, is not drinkable. We do not drink this water. Other water that comes from the wells, we love to drink. Just not this stuff. And there's nothing better than on a hot day being able to get a drink of well water. Here in the summer we get to rolling out poly pipe on beans. Man, it gets hot. As soon as you get the water going, it's nice to have a cold drink. But this is what we call poly pipe. It's plastic tubing, and we use it for irrigating. And we go to water beans like these in the rows, or the corn. We'll water the corn the same way. We'll run the pipe all the way up this top end, all the way across, and then we'll poke a hole for each other row. Every other row we'll poke a hole so it can get water. And that's how we do it. Kick it on for 12-15 hours at a time. Drive along the bottom of the field, see if it's went through, and shut it off. And that's irrigation, and that's all summer long. It's the best job I ever had in my life. I've wanted to do this since I was a little kid. Here we are, sweating and doing it. I'm out here in the same field that I was in the other day when I was sharing all my heartfelt sentiments about farming, where we were drilling those beans. This is a field that was beans last year, so we just went ahead and went back in the same old beds with beans this year. That was exactly 7 days ago. As you can see, we got beans coming up. There is a lot of other vegetation that was here, and of course that's what Shane was spraying for that day. So it'll all die and crumble and blow away with the wind. But the beans are coming up, and that's what we're looking for. Germination was good, and everything seems to be pretty even and consistent, and that's all you can ask for. And really, I like being able to plant into a stale seed bed that hasn't been worked and the moisture's still in it. We'll just throw some fertilizer to it, kill the other leftover vegetation, and drill into it. So we'll go right back in these old beds here, run new poly pipe, and water it from the same river over here. That's the rice field we were in right over there just a while ago. So everything we water here, we water out of this river. That's what the wood you see. It's a pretty good sized river. I'm about to head over to the power unit and show you how that works. It'll be really noisy, so I'm not going to say much. I'm just going to give you a video where the power unit comes. I'll explain to you kind of how it works, but anyhow, it's just a gas motor, has a pipe on it and a pump, sucks water out of the river, blows it out of the pipes into these fields. But I'll give you a little footage of that. Like I said, it'll be noisy, just bear with me. Educational purposes only. I can speak. Just so shy on camera, can't help it. Matt's shy of the camera too. Watch. What do you got to say about all that?
About what?
About all this irrigation and teaching the people.
It's time to water. Let's go.
You don't have any words of inspiration?
No. It's hot.
It isn't even, it's 82 degrees maybe at the hottest.
No, but it will be hot.
Matt swore it was going to rain today. I told him it wasn't.
It rained somewhere.
It may have rained somewhere, but it did not rain today. Clear. All good. Alright, so we're here at the pumping station, and it will get loud, but I want to go ahead and show you. You can kind of hear it running in the background, but this one actually isn't too awfully loud. This is a liquid propane motor. We use propane on this farm quite a bit because number one, our landlord already had propane motors here we could use. Number two, with Shane and I working all the time, we don't have the time to be running diesel around all the power units. We have a couple diesel power units, but diesel's really high right now, and it requires somebody with a truck and a trailer hauling around fuel to it. Whereas here, we just call our local gas company, Fowler Gas in Neelyville, which is a town over. And they come out, their guys pump it in the tank for us. They fix lines if they need to be fixed. I mean, they're kind of full service, and you know, that's just somebody else that we don't have to basically hire to do it. And they take care of us, and they know their business. So it's a lot easier on us. The LP is cheaper this year, and that's our reasonings for that. But here's how it works. So that is irrigation on this farm. A lot of our other farms have electric motors on them, and I'll show you some of those. Those are simple. Call the electric company, have it turned on, run your pipe, and hit a switch. That's the ideal situation for farming, but these aren't that bad. And we have Matt. Man, he's pretty knowledgeable with that stuff. Takes a little know-how. Those motors look like maybe something that came out of a junkyard, and they probably did, but they do the job. So they're low cost of ownership. And then of course your water's free. And you know, that irrigation is a big part of farming in this area, because we just don't have the black soil like they do in the north. We don't have the good rainfall, so we've got to make our own way, and this is how we do it. Me and Matt are about to unhook the levee gate setter. This is the little machine we use to knock the holes in our levees to put the levee gates in. We're going to hook onto the poly pipe roller. That's what we use to put the poly pipe out. We use a different machine to pick the poly pipe up. The wheels here, basically we put the pipe up here on these rollers, a big roll of white pipe, and the pipe will go down through there and out here. I'll show you better once we get out to the field. Another river pumping station here. We've got a different kind of pump that goes down there. It's like an auger style pump, and it pumps about 100 acres, so it really puts the water out. We went and picked it up at a local welding shop. We're about to unload it here, and we'll have to build some kind of platform out into the river, or dig the river back where we can get the water and get that pump in it, but we're unloading it right now. So we're gonna have to get our big excavator over here to either drive some columns down into the river to build a platform on, or to dig a channel back and put a pipe in and bury it so we can put the pump down in there and pull the river water. Not real sure yet what we're gonna do, but the end result will be that we will have a pump going down into this water somewhere at some point, and then it will pump into this here, which has underground pipe that covers this rice field and the one across the road. So a lot of underground pipe. You can see those little white markers there where the risers are, but it'll all get pumped from this station. So it's pretty handy. It's free water. It's good water. I guess you could call it organic water. I mean, it's straight out of the river, so it's ideal. It's the right temperature. It's not too cold. Sometimes when you pump really cold water on rice, it stunts it a little bit. Gets a little shock, but we're gonna figure out what we're gonna do here pretty soon, because it will be time to water this rice here in the next week. It was planted about a week behind the other stuff. We're back out here at the cornfield. Gonna roll our poly pipe out. Alright, so we got the poly pipe roller on. How this works, you know, 2 rolls on this side, 2 rolls on this side. We're really just gonna need 1 roll on this field. So, we pull the poly pipe out, run it through these rollers underneath the tire. Put that down, and it plows a little trench in the ground. The pipe follows, the tire follows, and then the chain, it'll cooperate. Today. The chain will drag dirt back on top of it so the wind can't blow it away. And here we go. Used to, the guy on the ground was a harder job, but with this new poly pipe roller we have, you don't really have to do any digging. Used to, the guy had to keep dirt on it and do what the chain is actually doing now, but with this newer machine we have, it's way better. So Matt's just getting to walk a quarter of a mile. It's okay. We all could use the exercise around here, including me the most. So I lied to you a little bit. It actually only took us about 15 minutes to roll that out. I time-lapsed it. I'll try to play it. It's the first time I ever time-lapsed. I don't even know if it'll work. So I got a lot of big things happening today. Cold starts, time-lapses. This is the end result of the poly pipe. We've got to go get a couple pieces of starter pipe. I'll show you what that is. And then we'll go down through here and we'll walk every row. Boom, with a hole poker and poke a hole and poke all these holes. I'm not trying to be lazy, but I'm going to film you doing most of this. Used to me being lazy?
No, dude. Working. Probably just took this brick.
Brick will probably need to go out here.
Probably where the rut's at.
What's up, y'all? Just got back to the shop. Battery died again. Been a long day. Got some water going on some corn. Poked some holes in the poly pipe. Ooh, didn't get footage. Not a big deal. There's going to be a lot of that to do. Got some rice pumps going that we showed you. So got rice watering up, got corn ready to water. We got a little shower, but not enough to matter. I'm hoping we get some more later. The things that are coming up are irrigation. This isn't like farming in other regions where you plant the crop and kind of watch after it and spray. I mean, we got to keep it watered. So this is our busy season. We've still got levees to put up in the other rice. We've still got spraying to do, still got fertilizing to do. So we're a long way from being done, but we are where we need to be right now. We got some replant to do on beans where some heavy rain kept them from coming up. Still going to be a lot of stuff to keep us busy, a lot of stuff for you to watch. So stay tuned. We appreciate it. Please, please, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, do the thumbs up, the notifications, share it. Help us grow this thing. We're really working at it. Starting to get used to being in front of the camera and doing the editing and all that, but we'll get better with it. Most importantly, we just want to bring you guys stuff that you're interested in, stuff that you might not get to see, and stuff that interests us. So anyway, thanks again. We appreciate you guys, and we'll catch you on the next one.